going on, guys? Welcome back to another session of Build, Break, and Fix, brought to you by the exclusive Rule Coders. And yes, that is us. Seems Tori's having a bit of a te- um,
I am.
technical
I am.
thing.
That is true. All right, it's my other monitor. It's being weird.
uh,
Come on. Yeah. Oh, you can hear it? My bad.
I know it's not your fault. It's just a tech fault. It's Microsoft's fault.
Come on, man. Stop it.
Tori, time to
Stop
convert
it.
to Apple. Time to convert to Apple. Come on,
No.
mate.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Tori's like, I'll prefer to hear this noise again and again than convert to Apple.
Nope. Yeah, exactly. Let's go with the noise.
All
Oh,
right.
code police. I hear him. Code police.
Yeah,
Hey,
Code Police is
Convar.
a
Thanks for joining.
welcome Confa 64. Yeah, so just before further ado, let's do the acknowledgement of the country and pay our respects to the elders of the past, present, and upcoming. So let's have a go at that. I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Fantastic. So Tori, if you wanna choose a letter when I say, so 3, 2, 1, go. Quick,
T
quick.
for Tori.
T. T for Tori. I like it. All
What
right.
does it get you? What does it get you?
Have a guess. Rock.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here we go. Rock.
because that's the closest one. How
Yep.
about if we pick the how about if you pick the second closest one then? If that's come up a bit too many times.
This is a rock show.
All right, there
L
we go then.
for Littlefield.
L.
For
All right.
Littlefield.
This is L then. All right. There we go.
What does that get you? That is interesting for sure. I don't even know what to make of it.
Me neither. Shall we? Shall we just stick to the rock?
Whatever you want. This is fine with me. It's kind of weird.
I know. All right, there we go.
Maybe it's feel after you drank a Coke. No.
Yeah. All right. Never mind. So yeah, just a bit of a progress from yesterday. So we did have a bit of a old team member Kartik in on the show. So he was just there to as in see how far we've gotten and just a casual catch up. And so today what we're going to be basically doing is moving on to implementing the passcode thing, which means that in the front end we won't be showing the passcode anymore. But for that to do, we would have to fix up one commit, because if you remember, Tori, that when we did the revert and that one of the commit got skipped. So let's do that first. So I'm gonna share my screen because I think
You still got that commit.
I might do. I'll have to check. So I'll do a gipple. Excuse me. I'm drinking Coke, and the only reason why is my energy drinks are finished, and I needed a bit of caffeine. So this was the only source of caffeine that I could think of, right at this moment, which is something is better than nothing.
Coffee, tea, is
Too hot
healthier.
for coffee and tea. Too
Cold coffee, cold tea.
hot. I don't drink cold beverages. Yeah,
What?
cold coffee. I'm not into the cold coffee. No, I'm not. As in, I
I
find
don't
it
know what to
weird
say.
that coffee. I feel it as in coffee has gone. Coffee was hot, but it's been out there for hours and hours, and it's been cold now, and I'm still
No,
drinking it.
no, you're talking about lukewarm coffee or room temperature coffee. I'm talking about you get some ice cubes and you put it in your coffee. Like I like it.
Yeah, yes. So I think that ice cube coffee is the lukewarm coffee, as in that's how my mindset works. That's why
Okay,
I don't drink as
missing
in
out.
any tea or
Missing
coffee which is cold. Personal preferences, man. All right,
out.
cool. So I'll share my screen.
We agree to
And
disagree.
personal preferences. It's
We
all
agree
about
to
that.
disagree.
Hey, I'm being polite here, so play
Yeah, me
along.
too. Me too.
Play along.
I'm being as polite as I can be about this.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go back into the Scrambler and Scrambler enhancement. And then code it up. All right, cool. So what were the changes? It was we basically reverted the forms thing back, isn't it? As in the
Yeah,
separate forms.
there was like a commit that you had done on March
Board already
6th, I
exists.
think. And
Yeah.
I think it was some styling and maybe some other stuff. But I don't know all of it. If you do a git pull, then
Yeah, I've done it.
okay, well, now it's gonna be harder.
That's fine. We will figure this out. So I'm just gonna
Git
play
episode.
this. Huh?
It's gonna be another git episode. Well, I'm gonna learn.
Hopefully not. But if it is, we get to learn.
We got Convar
new
in the
things.
chat. Convar definitely knows what they're doing with git.
Exactly. Yeah. Live server. So okay, cool. So if I press anything test board and this one. Okay, so we're pretty much back into where we were, right? Which is brilliant because this is working.
I
Look at
guess so.
this.
Yeah, I don't. What does that say?
It says board already exists or incorrect passcode,
Cool.
which is fine. So all we basically have to do is implement the get functionality, as in kind of by not passing in the passcodes in the front end. That's all really, isn't it? Am I right?
Sounds. Yeah. You mean the back end doesn't send the passcodes?
Yeah, so backend isn't supposed to send the passcode to the front end. So basically what we would need to do is that was implemented in the still front end, isn't it? Yeah.
But the password. So there must be a path in the Express app, the serverless Express app.
Yeah.
where you're getting the boards, but it's giving back too much information. So
The passcode is wrong. Yeah.
I
So
think we just need to change the whatever's getting queried from DynamoDB and getting sent back to the user.
yeah. So basically, what we need to change is get board
They're like a get
names.
boards. Yeah.
There we go. And we just need to basically get rid of this part here. Boom.
Oh,
Done.
okay.
Simple.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like a senior dev at the moment, to be honest. Really pinpointing, get rid of that, now it's gonna work.
Nice. Check the expression names.
Okay, that one is done. Board name, which is fantastic.
I think in
Mm-hmm.
the future too, don't we have a GSI with just the board names?
We must have it because I'm
We're
pretty
using it
sure.
somewhere else, right?
Yeah, we are using it because it is in the template. The YAML,
So-
unless it's been removed.
So we could put a to do there where in the future
Yeah,
you could just scan the index instead of scanning the board, because I think it will be a little bit more performant to scan the index, I'm guessing.
Okay.
I don't know about that for certain, but I know there's less attributes to scan,
Yeah.
and I don't know if that helps the performance or not. Could be totally wrong.
Yeah. I don't know about that because I haven't really dealt that much with the indexes with DynamoDB, but you must be right. And if not, we can always do our research and find out what is the right information. But if you don't mind putting that task in Jira, so we can
Sure.
come
Yeah,
back.
I mean, yeah, it's like a later thing.
Yeah, true. Okay, cool. So that's build. Let's build it and then deploy it, and then in that way we can work off, as in go back to our get board functionality.
Okay.
How's your day been though?
Pretty good, yeah. Pretty good day. It was nice. I coded, I napped, I went out for lunch,
Nice one.
took a nice
Okay.
walk.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice day. If I can take a nap, it's a nice day.
Yeah. I can tell how much you value the nap.
I do. That is like that is a must. If I'm gonna have a nice day, it includes a nap.
That's always good, man, because keeping the body and mind at peace is really good, because then they can perform when you need them to perform.
Well said. Guru Zane.
Still got a long way to go, man. Nowhere near guru. But yeah, I am actually really passionate about as in personal development and human behavior and knowing how human brain works.
Yeah, I gave up on that.
It's too complicated.
Yeah, it's pretty messy. So I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like whatever happens.
Whatever.
happens.
Just work and do what I need you to do. That's all I need, isn't it? Okay, cool. So we are back in the front end. So we would basically, what's gonna happen now is that we have got the board Oh, no. No. I need to get pull this as well. Is it? Or have I already done this?
Looks like there
Yeah,
is one.
true.
What's in your? Do you have a change to commit or something? Your Git is lit up. Yeah.
Console or board names. Oh, that was just basically while
Oh,
we're
okay.
checking when to do that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I don't really need that. Board names, board name array. Ah, interesting. I would need this code here. And then I can just use the other one. Okay, cool. We can undo this. And go back. And then go in there. Okay, cool. So passcode. Yeah, we are sending the passcode, yeah. Which is fine. Keyboard names. Alright, here we go. Board name passcode, yeah. And I want to go into this method. And this is a board names. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So we are back on track.
Cool.
So how do we want to compare it? So when we press the get board go button, it would come here. It will get all the board names and then compare it here.
Mhm.
And
That's what currently happens, right? And then if it'll show that alert modal, that little toast message, if it's
yes.
already exists. So
Yes.
on that, you want something to change, right?
I want the passcode to be checked as well. So for that one, it would have to go to the DB every time.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, so we need to implement that DB thing. So in the backend, we are already having that sort of a thing where we are getting by the way, I'm just trying to work a bit more into kind of front end because I did actually realize that my back end is stronger than my front end, as in skills wise.
I like how
So
you say that. Yeah, just skills. Yeah, have a drink.
yeah, Coke is really working, to be honest.
Yeah, well, we're always gonna have like wherever we spend our time more is generally just gonna be where you're more proficient,
Exactly. Board names.
Got a comment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Convar says you gotta keep that back end strong, Zane.
Yeah, true. I'm trying
I
to keep
agree.
a balance here as well, but yeah, I would say my kind of more strengths are on the back end. So yeah, point taken, Conva 64. All right, okay, cool. So here we are coming. So we're getting the board names.
Okay.
And then we are.
So
Actually,
I think
we would need.
there's another. So where does this function get called on the front end?
It gets called
Or
on
what
the
is this
front end when
endpoint?
you're getting the board names itself, which
So
is
what happens
here.
after that?
So because here we are only kind of returning. Ah, come on. Where's the other one? Other window. I need the other window. I really have to change my setup of this thing a bit, because okay, cool. So you know how this board name is the endpoint?
Yep.
This is being called here.
Well, that's where it's declared, but I mean, where is it being called? Right? Like where's this
yeah.
function being executed? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Here. So on create
Oh,
new
okay.
board.
Mm-hmm.
So when creating a new board, it gets all the board names and then checks if the current board name is in this board name lists.
And then it returns and opens the alert. So do you
If
want to
it is.
change that?
So
Yeah, what do you want to do? You want to send the passcode with the post board name there on line 28?
So I was thinking, because we are not bringing the passcodes in the front end,
Mm-hmm.
so we basically have to still send on every check. I mean, we're already checking the board names, okay, which is fine. But to check the passcode, if it's a valid passcode for this board name, we need to go in the database, for example, in the backend, to check if this passcode is actually the right passcode. Which actually brings me to my next point. So we can basically do a check here.
So you want to send the passcode with that get board names request? Is that what you're saying?
I want to send a passcode with this get board names request. Yes.
And then in the back end, it will
do all the validation, as in it would hit the database, check if the board passcode is present of the board name. If it is the right one, in the back end, it will do the validation, and it will, depending on the result, it would return either true or false.
And then what happens after that in the front end?
And then what happens in the front end is it gets the result that is a valid board and passcode, which is true. Then it would just get the passcode, get the entire board itself. So
what happens to the alert then? What happens to the alert?
Hang on a minute.
I guess I'm just confused about what should happen.
I guess explaining it too broadly and not going in the logical steps.
And
so
I guess one more thing too, before you continue, if you don't mind, is then do we even need to get the board names? Because what are we doing with the board names now? Because if you're just entering a board name and then you're sending the passcode with it, aren't you just checking anyways to see if that board exists? Do we even need to get the board names anymore?
No, we don't.
So we're just gonna get
good point.
So we're just gonna get rid of the whole alert, like the alert box?
No, so we won't get rid of the alert box. Okay, so there are two kinds of situation here.
Okay.
The first one is we can do the compare of the board and the passcode all in the backend.
Uh-huh.
so we don't even have to rely on the board names coming in the front end, and
Okay.
then do all the validation of board name and passcode in the back end. Then depending on the result, pass it true or return true or false, and then just pass the result to the front end saying if it's a valid one or not. So if it is, then it'll be true. If it's not, it'll be false. Then we show the alert box depending on if it's false.
So you're gonna change the alert message to say this board already exists and or the password is invalid, the passcode.
Yes.
Okay.
And if the board doesn't exist, then it will just create
a new board.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So I
So-
guess
After that, I guess just thinking forward. So let's say you enter the right board name and the right passcode. It's going to return true or something. Then it's going to redirect you to that board's page, right?
yeah.
Or it's not gonna redirect you, but well, whatever. It's gonna send you to the boards page on the front end. But
Yeah.
now when you're on that page, you're gonna have to enter your passcode again because we don't have like a cookie or a session or some token to say the person is authenticated.
Why would we have to enter the passcode on the boards page now?
Well, because I could just go to the URL and then it'll show the. Don't you want admin privileges?
I want admin privileges for only the admin.
So
Not
if
all
I
the
just
users.
have a URL of a board and I just go to it, do I need to enter the passcode?
That would be I'm thinking thought of a too far kind of a scenario, but talking about that scenario, yes, typically we should have a passcode for that board because we wouldn't want anyone to just access anyone else's data.
So then, yeah, so that goes back to the thing is like when you get redirected, you have no way. So you're going to get redirected to a new page, the boards page, when you enter the correct passcode. But then when you land on the board page, there's going to be some other type of validation that needs to happen again to say, hey, the person who came to this page is the authenticated person. But we don't have a token or anything like that, or a session or a cookie. So we have no way of knowing that the person who just entered the correct passcode on the front end or the homepage is the same person who got redirected. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand exactly what you're saying. I don't know if you had a look at how the existing Scrambler app is working, but in that one, even if there's someone else's board and we type in that board, we can still see that data. So considering that we are doing the MVP at this stage,
Sorry, I just got confused because I thought you said the boards would be password protected from viewing.
I'm confused. Do you want? So did I say that the boards are? So say for example you have created a board and you have saved it, but if I wanna as in visit that board from directly from the URL,
Mhm.
we shouldn't need a passcode for that.
You shouldn't. You don't. It's public.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'm not really understanding where the gap of your understanding or my
Oh,
uh
I thought you
understanding
said
is.
earlier that the boards are not public. Like you need to have a password to view the boards. I thought that's what you said. So I guess I just didn't
Okay.
hear you.
I might have said it. And that would be potentially the case in the future because that behavior isn't really happening in the original scrambler that we are kind of working on enhancing. So I would say that that thing would be the functionality in the very near future after the MVP is done. And you're
Gotcha.
right, I did say that, but for the future plans.
Gotcha. So viewing is public. All boards are able, like you can see all the notes, everything. That's public. But to change, like to save the board, you need the passcode, right? So that's something we'll implement later. Like if you're on the boards page and you click the save button, then you need to have a passcode, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
But
I follow 100% now. Gotcha.
cool. But there's one more thing: the person who hasn't created the passcode, he won't be able to see the save button. But that one is after the MVP. So I guess
Yeah, because
now,
you would need roles in the
yeah,
database or something to
yeah,
say this
exactly.
user signed in and they're the admin, and on the front end show them the save button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, right, absolutely.
Or yeah, I mean there's other hackier ways of doing it, but yeah, whatever. It's cool. You could have like a sign in button too on the board page that basically like if you sign in then the button will show up.
Yes, and again, honestly, I love your ideas and uh, 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 everything, and those are the
Cool.
future
All right.
plans
Yeah.
of enhancing it. But at this stage, I think we should only focus on the MVP.
Okay. Yeah.
VP.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds good. I
So
was
that would.
I didn't mean to sidetrack. I was just trying to just get my thought process about what would be the next steps with what we're going to do with the API to make sure that the logic was gonna like I guess make sense or whatever, like what we were gonna
Yeah,
code.
yeah,
So yeah, I get it
right.
now. It makes total sense. I'm very clear. So
Fantastic.
you're
So
not
I
sharing your
guess,
screen, by the way.
am I not?
No, I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
I need to share my screen. Okay, cool. So we need to go to the front end. Thought that was already open. Yeah, it's already open. So basically, what we need to do is for the getboard functionality, we are comparing board names in the front already, but compare passcodes from the backend, and then what we need to do is backend function, backend passcode validation function returns true or false, and then based on the results we show the message. Does this make sense?
Yeah, where are we passing in the passcode now? In there?
Okay, so I'm going to go in that one, and so it's in the
Looks like it's
create
in
new board.
two places. We should only need that once. I don't know why we're calling it twice. We don't need it.
Yes, because that was a bit of an experiment. We don't
Oh,
need it here, so I can get rid of that,
Oh, okay.
which was a good call. So thanks for reminding me that we need to get rid of this extra code. Load board. You're right. Cool. Perfect. So now what we need to basically do is come here. So this is what basically triggers from the go button.
Mhm.
And our passcode is here. We get all our board names here. Is board name return. So we need to do another thing saying base board name and part is valid. Passcode.
You putting two variables on one line? How dare you?
Yeah, why not? Just saving a line because
I
they're
don't
both
like it.
a
It's less
type string.
Personally, I feel like less readable code, but that's just my opinion. We can argue forever about it.
Alright. Alright, here we go. I'll make you happy.
Thank you. It does make me happier.
No problem.
I think it's just the comma, yeah.
Okay, is passcode valid? I should say it's passcode valid.
I don't think you'll need it as a global.
Because I am just creating it and I'm not updating or deleting. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I think we only need it inside of that, like, create a board function.
So
I think. I could be wrong.
Is valid passcode? Is passcode valid? So here we can create another method similar to this one, which will return us the result here. If it's return true or false, I'm just saying it. Try.
We're gonna we're gonna convert this project to TypeScript in 2030. By 2030. It's the timeline.
At least. Yeah.
At least, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. So return true or false. So where this is being done. Okay, cool. So we would basically need a passcode validator in the backend. So first of all, let's just do this. Get boards. Sync async function is Valid passcode. Validate passcode. That's the one. Okay, so let's go to the backend now. Oh, I feel like a proper full stack dev now.
There you go.
Coding full front end and the back end, which I love. I thought the back end was already opened. Yes, it is opened. What happened?
Sorry, I'm like 5 years old. That's all. I'm just 5 years old.
Get. Okay, and
I
then
think you should. If I think it would be more common to do a post request.
post request.
For the password. So you would send the password in the body. Router.post.
And then compare it. Oh yeah, true. That's absolutely right. Okay, so where would it be coming from? It would come on from board, and then passcode. Yeah, possibly.
I think you
And
need
then-
the slash in front of board though.
Ah,
Verify?
misinformation.
Login?
Verify what?
Verify? Just verify? I don't know.
Passcode.
Verify passcode? Okay. Is it in Australia you get do Aussies call it a passcode?
Password, passcode, code, anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think in the US we almost we never say passcode. We just say password or PIN.
PIN would be probably the right word. Actually, I just do this as PIN.
Convar says, I think we usually call it a PIN code.
PIN code.
I didn't know if there's
That's
some
maybe-
more Aussie slang. I love Aussie slang.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to be honest. Right, table name would be table board and no, go away. Yes, lint is on my case now.
Oh yeah. It'll go away.
Okay, so this one is that, which would be that one, and then what I need is, how was the post request again? Guess
New Aussie slang. No wuckin' worries. No wuckin' furries. That's funny.
so just looking for the post thing. Get post. That's my one. Don't need that one at the moment. Post. There we go. Oh, we are passing cores as well now. Interesting.
Sure, you do need the cores options, probably.
Alright, let's do that one as well.
Wait, do you need cores for posts?
I have. It was this, so I'm thinking yes.
I forget which methods you need the pre-flight headers or whatever they're called.
So, anyway, if it fails, it will come back and we can fix it then. So we don't need that one. We need the passcode to come from body. Yeah, that's fine. We need the passcode. Actually, where was it again? Oh, right. I see. That is not right. I'm not doing it the right way. I'm going directly in that when I shouldn't be. Pin. I'll start calling it pin. Passcode. Okay. Passcode. Actually, everywhere I've coded passcode, so just remain it consistent.
Yeah. It's littered all over the front end too, because that's what I use to keep it consistent.
Yeah. Cool. So passcode is coming from the body, and then we can basically check if it's a valid passcode or not at this stage. But we should, but we're not gonna do it at this stage. And it's hashing the passcode here, so we should probably hash it as no. We wouldn't hash it, we would just compare the string to the hashed version. Isn't it?
Yeah, there's a method. There's like a compare method or something.
Yeah.
Compare
So
function.
the screen should really be bigger than this, honestly. Okay, cool. So we are past this passcode, and we should get. We should go in the table now to get that.
Don't forget your variable on 162. You didn't declare. Yeah, 162.
Did I know?
Const. Oh, it's a.
Okay.
Oh, it's a global.
Yeah. It was a global variable.
Gotcha.
That's one. So now what I need to do is I need to go into the key, which would be item. Okay, this is just putting it. So what I need is to do a get.
Yeah, just use a get the board, and then if it gets the board from DynamoDB, then you just check get the attribute of the passcode.
We would need to pass in the board as well then in this method.
You need the you need the board ID or something. Or the board name. Yeah, because they're typing in the board name.
Yes. So basically, in that case, we don't really need the board name method now, because we're doing the check here anyway.
Right. I don't think you need that get board names anymore.
Yeah. True.
Which is good. It's an expensive operation, anyways.
Pin and board name. Okay, that one. Okay, where does this board name come from now? It will come
also
from
the body.
Post.
Just like when you create the board, you're sending the board name and the pin. Here, you're just pretty much doing the same thing.
Yeah, true.
Except the only difference is now you're just getting the board from DynamoDB using get, and and then just checking if the password is the right password. And
Yeah.
then that's great because we can reuse this this route, this path
Mhm.
to reuse on the other board page for the admin
Mhm.
privileges.
Yeah. Key condition board name. So we need this one.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
we
not.
need this one. Huh?
Nothing. I was just thinking about something. Never mind. It's in the
Board
future. We'll get
name.
there.
I like how you said it's in the future. We'll get there. Don't worry. Patch delete. No. Okay. Cool. So we need to get this one board name GSI. Index name that one. And with that, we can hopefully get the
I think you can just do get. Like there's a get method. But
which will get
but the
the
board ID, but it's by ID, right? So you'd have to get
yeah.
the. So you could use the GSI, get the GSI,
Mm-hmm.
but or you can use the query.
That's what I'm doing here. So if I use the query, it will get everything. So board, passcode, board name, and all the notes. And that's an extra bit on the DB, isn't
I
it?
think.
If we
Well,
get notes as
if
well.
you use the GSI, you'll. Yeah, I mean, I think the query is better in this case because otherwise you have to do two calls to the database. One to get the board name, or I mean the board ID
Yeah.
from the
Right.
GSI, and then you'd have to then look and get the passcode. So probably it's better just do the query and only return the passcode. And the well, I guess you need the name too. You need the passcode and the name, and just make sure they're both the same, although they should be.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So yeah, let's do that. Get board name. So what is this doing?
I think that one's using query right there.
Query. Yeah. So we can use this one.
Yep. That'll work great, and all you got to do is just add the passcode to the projected attributes or expression attribute key condition. Wait, what's the one where it returns to you only certain values? Is that projection? I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
I think it's projection.
Or we could just do this and then just look at the. Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Projection expression, index name, key condition expression, and then projection expression would be board name. But we want that board itself only, isn't it? It's a board name and passcode.
Yeah.
This be it. And then board name is that one.
I think you just
And
need
then-
a comma.
Yeah. And then what we do need is the passcode here as well. So would this be key condition expression is, so this is giving us the board name, but
Yep.
we want the passcode as well. So would
Well,
this
no,
work?
that's gonna look up the key condition expression is just it's gonna use the query to look up the board and match the name. So it's gonna go through the table.
Yeah. True. So basically, we don't really need to we don't really need to do this at all, because here we are already getting the board name.
No, that's for matching the board. That's for the query to match. It's going to look at the table and say, I'm going to look at the attribute board name, and then I'm going to check if the one that was passed to me. Oh, so are you saying you're going to pass the passcode too?
No, so what my kind of concept was that here we are telling it, okay, we want this board name, okay, and then it will get the entire board of
With
that
all the attributes.
board names, as in board ID, board names,
Yeah,
notes,
the whole attributes.
passcode, and then over here we can basically just compare our logic here, as in if the board name if the passcode matches that as well, as in if the passcode matches the board name's passcode, then we want to get the entire board.
Why do we want the entire board though?
So when we press, okay, when say you have created a board and after few days you want the exact board, so you give it a name that you previously gave it, which it will come here.
Mhm.
And then also match the passcode, and then if this query returns the matching board object, then it would say, okay, the board name matches, the passcode matches, show the user the entire board.
But it's gonna redirect them on the front end.
Yes, so that's
But
where, okay,
But then they're gonna lose. They're gonna, unless you save it in like local storage or something, they're gonna lose the board.
okay, I guess that I was kind of going a step ahead. So by show them the board, I meant that if this criteria passes, as in if this method returns true,
Mhm.
then it won't show that message. But when it goes to the next page, it would show them the board itself, which is another additional step.
But when you go to the board with the URL, which it's gonna redirect them to the URL anyways,
Okay, sorry.
then it's gonna automatically load the board notes. Like it already does that.
Okay, we know that, but the users won't. As in, they might not load as in directly the URL. No,
No.
sorry.
Yeah, it gets you get redirected anyways. Like there's JavaScript code on the front end that when you create a board, it'll redirect them. And I'm assuming the same thing will happen here. If you enter the right passcode and board name, then you're gonna get redirected too.
Yes. And then what's gonna happen?
And then the page already loads like the boards and populates all the notes without the password. So you don't need to do anything extra.
Exactly. So that is the step that I'm talking about, as in the kind of step 3, but this is kind of step 1. After that, we will go in the front end to say that, okay, we didn't receive any errors. You can keep on continuing whatever you want it to do in the code. And then the code, once is satisfied with the return result, then we will resume with the normal logic of the app.
Yeah, so this is just returning this post verified
true or false.
yeah, it's just true. It's just a falsy thing. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, we're totally on the same page.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. So try this one, and if it doesn't match, catch it.
Catchy P.
Catchy
That's funny.
P. I just invented a try catchy P block. Okay, I'm gonna try catch. Okay, yeah, board. Yeah, there you go. This was the one. Ah, we need to do this. No, we don't need to do this at the moment. Board items length. I think we might need to do this as well. Switch
Why?
board is
I
equal
thought
to
we-
0.
I thought we were just checking to see if the board, if we can get the board from DynamoDB, right? That's step
Yeah.
one. If
Yeah.
DynamoDB returns us a board, then we look at the data from DynamoDB, and then we use bcrypt to compare the password from that's sent in the body of the request to the hash password. And then if that's good, then we just return true. Otherwise, we return false. That's all we got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the error, JSON stringify error. So we might not need this. We might not need this part. Wait. So if board is there.
Yep.
Okay, then that is there. Otherwise, so if switch. No.
You could do the whole thing in the try block. Honestly,
Let's do
it's
that.
fine.
So we have the board now. All we need to do is check if the
board dot whatever. If I don't know what DynamoDB gives back to you.
Board
I don't remember.
Item. I think it was board dot items.
You can look at the other ones, the other examples. I don't remember. It's weird. It's like items dot. Yeah, I think it's items dot something.
Items of find. First index items of length. Here we go. Items of find. Boolean board nose is equal to that one. So that would basically give us that. Okay, let's do this part here. Find boolean, and then the actual thing board. Oh, we would need to implement a for loop. No, we won't. No.
I think it's gonna give you. According to what I saw from the code, it'll give you the items, which is an array, and then there should only be one item.
Yeah.
Because there should only be one board name, and then we'll just have the attribute names that the way they exist in DynamoDB.
So board name is equal to actually that should be
items is an array though, unfortunately. So you just need to access you just need to check if there's any yeah, or that. That's fine. Or you can just check if the length is not 0 of the items, and then you just, yeah, that's whatever. That's probably better.
Mm-hmm. So items, that one. Why is it coming up
It's
as that?
it's items plural. Yep. The if.
If that one is equal to, no, I don't want that one to happen there. And this one. If board name equals, actually we shouldn't really have to check the board name because it's already brought us that one,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I think you just want
So,
to check if board.items is dot length, like the length of the array is not 0.
mm-hmm.
And if it is 0, then you know you're gonna send back like a not found message or something, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Board doesn't exist, or password is incorrect. Oh, it's getting late. Wow, you've been jamming.
Oh wow, 10:43 already. So if board or items or length is equal to that one, then return false. Else return else. So if it's not that one, then we're adding board or items. So
I think it's
find.
just, yeah, you can do that, or I think it should only be in the 0th index, because there should only be one item in the items array.
True. Mm-hmm. So 0 dot passcode equals that one.
That's no, because the passcode is hashed. So this is where you would use bcrypt,
True. Mm-hmm.
the bcrypt thingy.
So what was it again? Bcrypt.
Oh, I don't know.
Compare.
I think it was compare.
Bcrypt JS.compare. Oh, here we go. Compare,
Nice.
and then the
Passcode. Yeah.
normal one is here, and then our hashed version will come passcode here. Hope that's right. That's all, isn't it?
You want me to look at the? I'll look at the doc, but looks. Is there a third parameter?
I've got a feeling there is one, but we might not need that.
And you can, I think can you await that? Is that possible? Is that an asynchronous operation? Return a promise?
Should be async, because it's there.
You're gonna take all that from ESLint? ESLint, don't tell me how to do my job.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. You just pass in a string in the hash. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can use it as async method. So you can just put a wait in front of it, and I guess you would just check if it's true or something. I don't know what it returns. I'm trying to look at that. Yeah, it just
So
gives you a boolean.
compare.
It just returns a boolean, true or false.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So that can basically determine what do we get as a result.
So you'll just send that back in the status, or in the response. Sorry, not the status.
Yeah. So return.
Nice job, Sam.
Actually, I'm gonna create another variable here. So let result. Put this one there. Result equals that. Then result equals status send. There we go. Perfect. ESLint.
So in the case of false, the result will be undefined. Because you're not setting result there.
True.
Ooh, nice.
Actually,
I heard that one. I felt that.
True, that one, that. Okay, here we go now.
Nice job. Looks good. What's that?
Brilliant.
Like a
What do you need from me, ESLint?
oh,
Closing curly braces does not apply
oh
the same
my goodness. They
line.
want you to move the catch up to the same line.
Wow, are you serious with me? Really?
Well, that is usually how it is. But
Okay, never mind. I am being a bit edgy now. Block must not be padded by
I'm
blank.
used to all
That's
errors.
fine.
I'm
Here
just
we
all the
go.
red line.
Here we go, my darling. There we go. Are you happy now? Yes, you seem happy. There we go. I'm making you really happy now.
Do you use TypeScript at work now?
No, not at this minute.
No.
No.
It yells at you all the time, like
Yeah.
ESLint, because it has its own linting, so it's just yelling at you all the time.
A space is required. Oh, really? A space. Okay, cool. So let's test this tomorrow now, because it's a bit too late now.
Yep, sounds good. Looks good though.
Yeah, true. Okay,
I think we just need to add it on the front end too, like later.
Okay, so I'll just add this. Oh no, I don't want to add all of them, just app.js. Okay, and then check old name and pause pin code verification.
How's that Coke hitting you?
Doing a pretty good job though, but for some reason I don't really like the taste of it. It's too sweet.
It is. It's like really sweet. I only have a Coke maybe once every couple months.
I see. Yeah. That's basically as in I need to order more of those energy drinks that I use only, so that I'll be probably ordering double the packs now because
Wow, what a good customer.
I love those ones, man. Yeah. Anyway, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, so today we fixed a minor Git issue, and then we moved on to some password validation on the back end with Bcrypt, and we're going to implement that later on the front end, where the user will send the password to that route in the Serverless Express app, and that hopefully will get the board from DynamoDB and then use the bcrypt compare method to validate the password for that board.
That was nicely and simply put. Love that. Right, guys, if you want to check us how we implement the front end of this validation and then get the board, which would be a valid one, which would basically be the last functionality of this MVP project.
Really?
And
Wow. Cool. Nice.
yeah, really looking forward to that one. So join us tomorrow, same place, same time, and
Different task.
that's the one. Alright, guys, have a great night.
Thank you. Have a great night. Thanks, Convar. Cheers.